Julie Pianto here with Bernard Kelly from retirelaughing.com. So Bernard, when talking about property investment, what could go wrong and how can I minimise the risk?
Well, Julie, yes, with property investments, very rarely do things go wrong. The worst thing, I think, that can happen is you get what they call a tenant from hell. But these people don't really exist except, say, at 6:30 on, current affair, 6:30 in the evening on a current affair. And the reason I can say these statistically they don't exist because the landlord rent risk insurance, it only costs you, say, $300, and that's tax deductible, of course. But really it covers you for $50,000 and for loss of rent and damage to the property and legals to get you out. But no insurance company, if these tenants from hell were up and down every street in every suburb, there's no way an insurance company would only be able to charge you $300 odd and keep paying out $50,000. They've still got to cover their costs and make a profit. And so really, statistically, the tenants from hell don't exist, as I said, but they do only exist at 6:30 on, current affair as you sit down in the evening on television. But the other things that go wrong, maybe the worst thing in reality is that if you are without a tenant, well, to overcome this, I actually offer a warranty that I say to my private clients that if you are without a tenant, any time longer than 4 weeks during the first 3 years, I'll pay you 85% of the initial rent that we were shooting for. Now, another question you should be really asking is, how often have you, Bernard Kelly, ever paid out? And I can say with all honesty, I've paid it out only once in the last 8 years or thereabouts. I forget now. But I do remember the last time because it was only last Christmas. And what happened, the house was finished on the 16th of December and it was too late to find a tenant to get them to come in at Christmas time because, anyway. So basically we were able to start advertising for a tenant about the middle of January, and we got a tenant came in the first week, as I recall, in February. But anyway, I was out of pocket for 3 weeks from the middle of January until the first week in February, and that's the only time in the past 8 years and in my memory that I can recall that I've actually had to pay out. So those are the things what can go wrong. Very, very rarely you have, of course, building insurance in case there's a thunderstorm and a bolt of lightning strikes the house, but that doesn't happen either. So really, I go out of my way to minimise the risk by making sure that there is the ideal tenant always wanting to come into that property, and that's what they want. And of course, and it has to be close to lots and lots of jobs. So really, well, you can't eliminate all risk, but I certainly make a big effort to minimise all possible risks, and all of my private clients remain my friends for the long term.
That's really good to know, Bernard.